From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, June 18th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.16 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,187 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $250. Antiwar.com reports Saudi warplanes attacked a civilian convoy north of the southern Yemeni port city of Aden, killing at least 31 civilians in what is among the single deadliest incident in the 3-month-long Saudi war against Yemen. Medical officials say the civilians were fleeing northward from Aden, a city which has been the site of constant fighting between pro-Saudi forces and Shiite Houthis. The convoy included a bus carrying 16 passengers, which was among the targets the warplane hit. Saudi strikes over the course of the war have killed many hundreds of civilians, over 1,000 by some reckoning, and appear to have done little to reverse Houthi gains in the territory, leaving their own faction with only a handful of possessions nationwide and the leadership pretty much entirely in exile. There are peace talks going on in Geneva aiming to resolve the war, though the Saudis aren't directly in talks with the Houthis, and the pro-Saudi Yemeni government in exile is demanding unconditional Houthi surrender if they want to have any talk at all. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Federal Communications Commission will fine telecommunications company AT&T $100 million for apparently misleading consumers about unlimited wireless data plans. AT&T apparently sold unlimited data plans to customers but then capped and slowed their data speed after customers used a set amount of data each billing cycle. The company continued this practice without telling the consumer, according to the FCC. FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler said in a statement, "Consumers deserve to get what they pay for. Broadband providers must be upfront and transparent about the services they provide. The FCC will not stand idly by while consumers are deceived by misleading marketing material and insufficient disclosure." The FCC receives thousands of complaints from consumers of AT&T's unlimited data plan since 2011. The company responded by stating it slowed down the speeds of some users who use data heavily to make sure services ran adequately. The company also asserted it was fully transparent with consumers. AT&T spokesman Michael Bell Morris said in a statement, "We will vigorously dispute the FCC's assertion. The FCC has specifically identified this practice as a legitimate and reasonable way to manage network resources for the benefit of all consumers." When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. If this is a man's world, as they say, living on the streets is no place for a young woman. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo, and would ultimately come to know exactly what it means to survive. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports a driver for Uber is an employee, not a contractor, according to a California ruling that eventually could push up costs for the smartphone-based ride-hailing service and hurt the closely watched startup's valuation. The California Labor Commission's decision could ripple through the burgeoning industry of providing services via smartphones, with potential implications for other crowdsourced services such as Uber rival Lyft, chore service TaskRabbit, and cleaning service HomeJoy. The ruling, which Uber insisted applied only to one driver, was the latest in a series of legal and regulatory challenges facing the company and other highly valued startups in the United States and other countries. The June 3rd ruling, which applies only in California, came to light on Tuesday after Uber appealed it in a filing in state court in San Francisco, where both the company and the driver in the case are based. Classifying Uber drivers as employees could mean considerably higher cost for the company, including Social Security, workers' compensation, and unemployment insurance. Because it is appealing the ruling, Uber will not have to change the way it does business for now. Uber said in a statement that officials in 5 other states have found that its drivers are independent contractors. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.